Hi, I'm here to share another plant with you today. The plant is called Burdock, and I need to share it with you now because I need to dig it out of my yard because it's taking over. So, the parts that are medicinal on the burdock plant are the leaves, the seeds, and the root. And they are used in different ways, but I actually just dug a root out, and I did break the end of it, but this is most of the root. And it's identifiable by its large rhubarb-like leaves that are hairy, kind of hairy and green on one side, and then on the other side they're a grayish color. So it's not rhubarb. You don't want to eat the whole stalk. In fact, today I picked a little piece of it and got a little bit of oil on my hands when I did it, and then I went to eat something and tasted the oil, and it's just really, it's a bitter flavor. The stems are. So, and actually the plant has a bitter flavor, honestly. So I haven't ever eaten the root before, and Japanese people do put it in their cuisine often, and they actually call it gobo. So it looks like a carrot, and they actually peel it, and then they'll dice it and put it in stir fries or soups. So I'm totally gonna try this one tonight, and I'll let you know how it goes. But one of the things about burdock that is another way to identify it, especially later in the season, is these like little thistle-like flowers that form on the top of the plant. And the flowers turn purple, but then and in the fall they actually turn into this like crazy burr, and it sticks to literally everything. I'm pretty sure that's how it got planted in my yard, it was probably on my dog. And you'll know if you go through a patch of this because you're literally covered in it. It gets stuck everywhere. So they turn, a light brown color later. So the flowers will be purple eventually. But if you're harvesting it, you actually want to harvest the root before the plant flowers entirely. And the crazy thing about this plant is it's a biennial, so it actually, I'm gonna set that down. It actually only has leaves for the first 2 years, or sorry, first year. And then the second year it shoots up a stem, which you can see some of the stems here behind me, with flowers on it. And that's the year that you would want to harvest it, because that's when the root has the most medicine in it. So you can see too that my beloved yarrow is growing in here too. So when I dig this out, I'll have to be kind of careful. If you buy this root in an herb store or a tea shop or whatever, it kind of looks like this. It's typically like chopped up for you already, and it's white. So it's white on the inside, and on the outside the piece that I just showed you had the brownish color on the outside. So yeah, it's kind of gray on the inside. What is it good for? So it's good for a whole bunch of different things. It's great for your lymphatic system. It's good for your blood. Like if you have anything that is toxic in your bloodstream, it can be a really great herb for you to use to purify your blood. It supports your kidneys and your liver. It's a diuretic, so it can be used for cleaning yourself out, basically. And it's pretty gentle. It's a pretty gentle herb, so it's safe for most people to use it. Definitely consult a physician, but sometimes it's used even during pregnancy. So it's not like this crazy powerful herb that is to be feared. It's pretty commonly used. Urinary tract support. Oh my gosh, there are so many things. It's good for your digestive system. It's great if you have gout. You'll find it in a lot of blends. Like if you're looking for support for different things and you go get a tincture at the store, you will probably notice that there's some burdock in there if it's something that you're working on where you're kind of cleaning your system out. That typically will include some burdock. It doesn't need much love to grow. In fact, I don't really water over here in this part of my yard. And just now the soil that I dug it out of was kind of clayey, not very great soil. So you might see it. I've seen it like along the river trail where we live. You might see it along roadsides, honestly, in like waste areas. It doesn't need much support to grow. And it's actually all, so this is my apple tree right here, and it's all underneath that too. So I just really have to clear it out because it's taking over. We have a vent like in the side of our house, and it gets like sucked up into that vent and messes up our water heater and whatever, everything. Anyway, so yeah, it takes over. I don't know if there's much else to say about it except for it really is crazy how sticky the burr is when that time comes for it to turn into burr. It literally sticks to everything. I'll try and find a picture to put on my blog because we're not to that point yet, obviously, with this plant. But yeah, it's intense. And yeah, I think that's all. Oh, it also supports your lungs. So, I mean, really, if you're looking for a good, safe herb to try, you might want to give this one a go. Yeah, you can drink an infusion of it or a decoction of it, and yeah, it's pretty magical. I was so stoked when it was growing in our yard, but now I'm like, oh yeah, it's kind of taking the whole land over, so I need to just get rid of a little bit of it. Okay, burdock.